A very good evening. Welcome along to the draw of this beauty, the Ford Capri. So we were so sure we were going to sell this car. It was very close. I mean, it was 300 tickets earlier on today. I think it finished at about 50 tickets left. So really close. So you got slightly better odds than you thought you would have. But tonight is the draw. Someone is guaranteed to win this car. So Hayley's not here. She's on her holidays. Skiing, I think, isn't she?
Yeah, she's skiing.
Yeah, she's skiing. So I'm involved at the moment. And then we've got Freddie behind the camera.
Hello, everyone.
Outside, we have Nick as well. We're doing something a bit quirky. Hopefully it'll work. And we've got...
We do let him inside. Let's be sure.
Let's call it, let's say it's a special guest we've got today, because we're launching something a bit special. It might be something that you've seen before, but the official launch of it's today. So we're here for the Capri, but we're also going to give you a quick insight into what else we've got going on. So shall we shout, Nick? Hopefully this will work. Here we go.
He was nattering away, so who knows?
Oh, was he? He was chatting away, right, okay. This was all seamless when we did it earlier. So here we have an incredible Mondial. So it's a 250cc Mondial. It might be fairly new to a lot of people. It's a Chinese style bike, but there's a little bit of a story going on with this bike. So we'll talk about it a little bit later, and we'll talk about Karina as well. We'll talk to her in a minute and find out her story and why we're getting Karina involved in this. But don't forget, we're in tonight for the Ford Capri. That's going to be guaranteed to be won very soon. 5-10 minutes time. So you haven't got long to wait.
Good luck, everyone.
I want to say hello to Karina. So I've known Karina for a really long time. We go back a really long time. And Karina sort of started a story, or sort of told us about something, what was it, 6 months ago? Maybe longer.
Yeah, well, November. So, yeah, time's just disappeared, hasn't it?
Right, yeah. So we sort of came up with an idea of doing something together. Now, bikes are fairly new to us. We've done 2 bikes in the past that have both been trials bikes. We've not really tested the water with road bikes before. But Karina, if you tell us a little bit about your story.
Yeah, so I grew up in a biker family, always thought I wanted to get my licence, but just kept putting it off, had children and everything else, and just suddenly just thought, no time like the present, just need to get it done, and I've just thrown myself into it completely, and it was talking to you, he was like, yeah, blog about it.
Let's do something. So you didn't have a licence. Where are you up to in your stages now?
So I've done my CBT, I did that in November.
Okay.
So then I had a little bike on hire for a little while.
Right.
And that was great fun. I covered some miles on that.
Didn't you go to Wales or Ireland or something?
Wales,
right, okay.
Yeah, so in January I rode it on the back roads, because obviously on a 125cc you can't ride on the motorway.
On your own?
I had to do on my own.
Right, okay.
So I had to do all of the back roads. It took about 7 hours, and it was freezing. It was really impromptu as well, so I wasn't really prepared.
Did you meet people along the way?
Oh, absolutely, yeah. And what I did when I was there is the Mick X dance experience,
right,
as well, which was really great fun. So that was a really good learning curve. It's all off-roading, so it was all up in the mountains.
Oh, that's cool.
And
on your bike or on another bike?
No, so that was on another.
Right,
that was
okay.
on another bike. So I got some more experience of another different bike as well.
Right,
got a taste
okay.
for off-roading, so I definitely want to do some more off-roading as well.
So Karina came to us about 6 months ago to say that she'd come up with this idea. So that got us thinking of finding a bike. So I've been riding bikes for a long time. We like our bikes here like we like our cars. But we found this bike, which is a 250cc Mondial. But it's perfect for someone who can ride a bike and who's got a license. But it's also perfect as almost a beginner's bike. So that's why we sort of said to Karina, well, let's get on this, and this could be our first road bike. But the good thing about this as well is, if you've got a license, then you're going to win the bike, but you're also going to win £1,000. So that can go towards new gear. You can just put that in the bank and enjoy it. If you don't have a license, and you fancy getting a license, like Karina is, then this is a perfect, almost a starting bike. So you obviously need to go and do your CBT, which gives you a 125, but the £1,000 can go towards going up to the next level, which this bike is perfect for.
Yes, you can do the DAS, which is, I think, roughly around £650 to £700. So
right.
It literally will cover you to potentially do that crash course. And get your full A102 licence.
So yes, that's why we're launching with this bike today, which is a really exciting opportunity. So if you like this, drop us a line, say that you like this. If you want to see more bikes, we kind of want to see more bikes. That was the idea behind this one, but we didn't want to start too big. And this, I mean, I'll tell you a little bit about this bike. It's a year old, 2021. It's done 200 miles from new, so it's pretty much a brand new bike.
It's stunning.
It's really nice to ride, isn't it?
It really looks so lovely.
What did you think of the ride, Karina? Because we had a filming day a few days ago, didn't we? And
we
had
did.
a ride.
It was brilliant. I guess lots of people said to me who already ride bikes have said, once you take the step up to the bigger engines, they're easier to ride. Because I was like, the next step is to do a bigger bike. And lots of people were saying to me they're easier to ride, and it really is. It just feels more planted and balanced in like the corners and the bends. It's also got that bit more of, it's only the next step up from a 125.
Is it much different though to a 125?
Yes,
What,
that's
faster?
what I mean. Not in terms of it's more the vibration and the sound just makes it feel like it's more of a meaty bike.
But it's not a heavy bike though, is it?
No, not at all, not at all. It's a really nice rider position. It's that sort of cafe racer style, so it's, you're upright. So it's...
It's just right, it's a good
lovely.
beginner's
It's just
bike.
right, it is. It would be a lovely step up.
Good, excellent.
It's definitely opened my mind as well, because, you can be fixated on what a bike looks like sometimes, and actually it was really beautiful to ride, and it's opened my mind, definitely.
That's what we fell in love with as well, was the look, because we're obviously classic cars here. As much as this is pretty much a brand new bike, it has got the classic cafe style styling to it. So that's kind of why we liked it. So you'll see a lot more of Karina in the video for this. Hayley obviously is not here today. Thank you, by the way. Hayley, who's not here today, has also ridden the bike. I've ridden the bike, so you'll see lots of videos around this. But don't forget that we're here today for the Ford Capri. Someone is going to win the Ford Capri. But live on the website at the moment, we'll just very quickly touch upon what else we've got. Obviously, we launched this about 10-15 minutes ago, just before we went live. Tickets are £4.50 on the launch sale for this. They go up to £5, and they will go up to £5 Monday morning. So you've got until Sunday night to get them for £4.50, and then they go up. So it's not extortionate when it goes to £5, and the odds are really good. They're about 1,450 tickets. But don't forget, you're in it for the bike, but you're also in it for £1,000. And even if you don't want the bike and you want to sell the bike on, £1,000 on a £4.50 investment's not too bad at all. Plus, you got the value of the bike, so happy days. Also on the website, we've got the Morris Minor, which, in all honesty, hasn't sold as well as we thought it was going to. The last two that we did, which was a Traveller and the Lowlight, flew. They just flew off the shelf. They were really, really good sellers. I don't know why. We can't work out why this one hasn't sold as well, because the condition of this one is incredible. It's done,
25, 26,000 miles,
26,000, and that's genuine. We know where the car has come from a friend of ours. It's 25,000 miles. The car's absolutely lovely. So
what we can see as well is it's a really, really small amount of owners that have really, really loved it as well.
Absolutely, yeah.
They've taken amazing care of it and always looked after it, always done what it's needed. That's what the history file shows on it. It's just a lovely little car.
It is lovely, and Hayley fell in love with it when she was driving it as well, but she also fell in love with this one. She said she was watching it. Is she watching along?
I don't know. Say hello, Hayley, if you are watching.
She texted me earlier and said she was going to be watching. So
while skiing down the slopes.
Trailers arrived behind us, so that's Tom. He's arrived behind us. See, it's all going on here.
What is in the trailer? Or is it a top secret?
Jensen. We've got a Jensen. So we did a delivery.
Tom will love being on camera, won't he?
Hello, Tom. Don't crash, don't scratch it. Right, so yes, we've got the Jaguar Mark II, which is being drawn next Thursday, the 31st. I'll just touch upon that. So in theory, the Morris Minor is the 31st, the Jaguar Mark II is the 31st. That's very, very likely to sell out early. It's going really, really well at the moment, so don't leave that till the last minute. I had a call from someone literally at 6:30 tonight, wanted tickets for the Capri. Why wait that long? It's finished at 6:30. So don't wait too long on the Mark II, because that will probably sell soon. But the 31st, which is next Thursday, when we started competitions 2 years ago, the plan really was we were over in the hangar. We never had this building, we were in here. And the plan was to have an audience. And we would invite people along, and they can come and enjoy it, and food and drinks, and sort of enjoy the whole experience with us. And then COVID happened and lockdown happened, so it's always been sort of the 3 or 4 of us doing this on a weekly basis. But next Thursday, we're opening our doors to a lot more people. If you want to come along next Thursday, or equally, if you want to come along to any of the future ones, like I say, we're going to put food and drink and things like that on. So it's a nice little experience. Then drop us an email, marketing@bridgeclassiccars.co.uk. That email address is looked after by Freddie, who's working the camera at the moment, and Nick, who's working another camera in the distance. So, we are a small team here. Come along and enjoy it with us. So next
It's been great to meet people who we've only ever conversed with online as well. It's lovely to see people in the flesh. So if you're anywhere near Suffolk, or if you just fancy a bit of a drive out, then...
And it's really nice to meet the winners. I mean, some of the winners have come back to see us. We had Chris come in last week who had a problem with his MG. It was only a small problem, but he lives fairly local to us, so he brought the car back, the MG Roadster. So we just did that. It just needed new points and condensers. But it's nice to see people are enjoying their cars. Or equally, if circumstances mean you can't keep the car and you have to sell it on, that's fine. It's not a problem. It's just nice to have classics on the road.
Hayley is watching. Sorry I didn't see you,
Hi,
Hayley. And thanks for watching. Duke says, shame I live so far away. Well, if you fancy a bit of a road trip, we'd love to see you. But if you're over the other side of the country, we do understand. But especially if you're local to us, we'd love to see you next Thursday. Or if not next Thursday, as Craig said, let us know and we can add you to the next one.
And we've got a big car show coming on up in July as well. And it'll be hopefully nice and sunny then. So, maybe make that a road trip if you can. So, Hayley, if you're watching along, this one could be for you. You mentioned earlier on you wanted a Porsche. I got you a Porsche. It's absolutely beautiful, this Porsche. 944 turbo, slightly remapped, 350 odd brake horsepower. You can just tell the previous owner of this car has really looked after it. I mean, it's absolutely mint. There's not a mark on this car anywhere. It's got loads of magazine coverage as well. So this will be launched very soon. But in the meantime, we've got the TVR. I mean, it speaks for itself. So Jar contacted us a couple of weeks ago, who won this car back in October. Obviously, we all know what's going on in the news at the moment with everything going on in the Ukraine. And it's touched all of our hearts. And Jar felt that having a TVR that he'd won for, was it £9 or was it even less?
No, I think it was cheap tickets on this.
I think
I don't know how many he bought.
I'm thinking it was about
£4 or £5,
five quid.
like
So he contacted us and said it just doesn't seem right, him having this car in the garage when everything like that is going on. So he asked us if we would take the car back, and every single penny of the proceeds would go to the Ukraine. And what we've done on a weekly basis, we launched it a couple of weeks ago. So far we've sent £17,000 over to the Ukraine already. And as of about 20 minutes ago, it hit the £25,000 mark, but we'll carry it on. So it's definitely being drawn at the end of April, 28th of April. So keep it going. I can't stress enough, we've had some amazing coverage from big names as well. I mean, Haggerty Insurance, Car and Classic, Classic Car Weekly,
Classic and Sports Car.
Classic and Sports Car, BBC.
Anything with the word classic in it.
Classic, yeah. They've all got behind this, so thank you to everyone who's got behind this. And equally, if you've seen it on LinkedIn, if you've seen it on Facebook, Instagram, wherever you've seen it, share it, get yourself a ticket, because yes, you can win a car, that's amazing, but equally, everything you spend, which is £10 a ticket, that will go over to the Ukraine. And they need it at the moment, as we all know. Very quickly, before we jump onto the Ford Capri draw, which is obviously what everybody is here for.
David says the Porsche looks lovely. Is it a 944? It is.
It is a 944 turbo.
And it's lovely.
It is lovely.
John drove it the other day because he knows that I really like that car, and he said you need to drive it.
It is amazing.
Apparently, you've driven it?
Yeah, well, I took it home. So the day I picked it up, we arrived back quite late, and I just jumped in that and took it home. It is amazing. It's beautiful.
I'm looking forward to getting that.
Yeah, it's been really well looked after. It even smelt incredible when I got in it. I've nicked the air freshener out of it and put it in my car. It's that good. So we've got another Mini coming as well. So we've had millions of Minis, and they've all done really, really well. But we haven't had one for a while. So we picked this little bad boy up the other day. So this is a Mini Sprite. So it's got the full Cooper body kit on it, which apparently came from factory like that. Apparently. We weren't sure because we didn't really know much about the Sprite, but we asked someone and they said, has it got this? Has it got that? And yes, it has. So it is like a little Cooper replica, and it's really, really lovely. The TR6 is not a competition car, but that's going very soon. The Lotus, you'll find out a little bit more information about that very soon, but that is a competition car. That is going to be a very, very exciting competition car for a lot of people, I think. But it came from South Africa, so as you can see, it's got no number plate at the moment. We're just waiting for the DVLA to give us that. and then we'll have that ready. I have to touch upon this, Freddie said. Sorry, I seem to be waffling, but this is next, is it?
Yeah, this is Tuesday next week.
Very soon
Very
next.
soon.
So get your tickets for the Mondial, because that's today, the little motorbike, but then save a little bit behind because you've got the Alfa Romeo right-hand drive, I must say.
What a perfect duo of Italian vehicles. The FB Mondial for weekend motorcycle rides, and then the Alfa.
And this week means we're coming into the summer as well. If you look at the weather, it's been pretty good. Next week's draw, apparently, the clocks go back, I've been told, or forward. Is it forward or back?
So if we're an hour late or an hour early.
So it's lighter. Spring forward, so it's lighter next week. So next week's draw, hopefully it will be daylight outside.
This is lovely to drive as well.
What, the Alfa?
Yeah.
I haven't driven the Alfa.
We flipped coins, didn't we, Nick, as to who gets to drive it,
And it's
Nick
nice.
won for that.
Yeah.
Okay, good.
It literally converted me to convertibles. So
Yeah, that's right. I remember you saying, actually. Yeah. Yeah. So there we go. That's going to be Tuesday next week. And then very quickly before we jump onto the Ford Capri draw, it's probably the most modern car. Is it the most modern car we've done? I think it is.
Yeah, I think it is.
It's just so nice. We know the owner, where it's come from. It's a 250D. It's an absolute rocket, apparently. So that's going to be coming to the website very soon. Again,
Another one that's good for summer,
ideal,
isn't
isn't
it?
it? And it's an everyday car. Perfect car for people. Nice shape, I like them. Right, okay, so let's jump on to the Ford Capri, because that's why we're all here. So there was, 50 tickets left. 300 and... That's Karina riding the bike. 3,333 tickets were in the draw for this. So as normal, Hayley's normally much better at this than I am, so apologies. So as normal, we're on the website now.
The mic for you, so you've got two hands.
You can do if you like. Thanks.
That's very kind. Thank you,
Thank
Karina.
you. So, might as well get involved, eh? Entry list is there. So before we go live, we always have the entry lists on so people can see. So if you go into the Ford Capri entry list, then it brings up. It's already there anyway. So it brings up the entry list. So that's everybody that's in the draw. Now, like I say, there was 50 tickets left in this one, so there'll be 50 empty slots here somewhere. If that's picked, it has been done in the past, then we just redraw again. And then we do our draws through the Google random number generator. So it's 3,333. So if we just do a little tester, say it's like 5,000 to 7,000.
You guys can let us know if you can see the screen clearly, and then
Yes, you can look at either. Can they see both?
You can see both. Yeah,
Okay.
we've got a bigger screen now, just so you can see things more clearly. But everything that Craig does on the laptop is exactly the same as on the TV.
So let's do a couple more. Let me know if...
Yeah, we're getting a few comments through saying clear. Thank you, Peter. Thank you, Duke. Yeah, lots of comments saying all clear. Hayley's saying all good. Well, thank you, Hayley.
Sure.
I think we're good to go.
Have we had any questions or anything today, by the way? Because I've not actually...
There's been a few, but you're in your
Sorry.
stride. I didn't want to
I
put
know,
you off.
yeah. I'm on a roll. Right, so we start at 1?
We do indeed, yeah.
Okay, good luck, everyone. So it's 1 to 3,333. And it's 1384. So if we go to the entry list, and it was 1384. One, 3, 8, 4. Sorry about this.
A bit further.
1384 looks to be, let's just check the number, 1384 is taken, and it's Matthew Mitchell. Matthew Mitchell, 1384.
Well done, Matthew.
Congratulations. So we'll give Matthew a call. Thank you.
It's nice of you to remember Matthew Mitchell.
Matthew, I just remember Matthew. So Matthew is the proud owner of a Ford Capri. The last one went to the furthest point of Scotland that you could possibly travel to on a really horrible rainy day as well, wasn't it? Is Matthew watching?
It was. I don't know, that's what I was just about to ask. We've got a lot of people watching along, which thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the draw up to now. If you're Matthew, you definitely have enjoyed the draw.
Yeah.
So give us a shout, Matthew, if you're watching.
We
If you're
very
not
rarely,
watching,
his little moth.
well, we're going to give him a call now, aren't we? So if he's
Yeah,
not
we will.
watching
Yeah,
along,
we very rarely get the person watching along, do we? It's happened a couple of times, but not too many times. So don't forget, the Mondial was launched half an hour ago. It's our first attempt at a road bike. It's a really cute little beginner's bike. If you've got a license, you've got £1,000 with this bike to spend on whatever you want. But if you haven't got a license, this is a good starting point for you. So 250cc, Italian styling. It's just a pretty little bike. And then you've got the added benefit of £1,000 to go with it as well.
This is it. So if you've always thought, oh, I'd love to give biking a try, but never had the cash to go out and buy a bike and then buy a license and buy the gear, because the expenses do add up.
Yes, absolutely.
To win this competition, you're ready to go. You've got no excuses.
Yeah, absolutely. You can buy yourself a helmet, buy yourself a jacket, and get yourself going. And it's only a year old, so it's pretty much brand new. You don't have to worry about being too classic and having too much maintenance with it. Also on the website, you've got the Morris Minor that will hopefully be drawn next Thursday with about 1,200 tickets left on that one. You've got about 1,200 tickets left on the Jag, but I must just stress the Jag we think that's probably going to sell out a little bit sooner. That seems to be going really well. Our first one, which was a Mark 1, sold out, didn't it?
It did.
And this seems to be going a lot quicker than we expected it to. So don't delay, don't sort of wait until the last minute to get your tickets on that one. But if you want to hear about, I mentioned sort of the mailing list as well. If you want to be the first to hear of things, it's worth being on the mailing list. So we don't spam you, we don't sort of send bits and pieces unnecessarily. We tell you a little bit about what's going on in the workshop, but equally, you're always the first to hear of the cars and the bikes we can say now that are launched. So it's worth getting on the mailing list. There's an option, obviously if you buy a ticket you can tick the box to say yes, or you can go onto the website, just put your email address in. Like I say, we send probably one a week, something like that, but every single one is worthwhile. It's not just a pointless exercise for us. We tell you about things. Have you got a number?
Yeah.
So this is Matthew. Okay. Hi, is that Matthew?
Yeah.
Matthew, it's Craig at Bridge Classic Cars.
Hi.
Hi, how are you?
Oh, good.
Good. Have you been watching along to Facebook?
Yeah, I was watching it. I just turned it off, made a phone call quickly.
So did you hear the draw bit, or have you just been watching along and then switched?
Yeah, sorry, yeah.
So you see it's you?
Yeah.
Excellent. Well, congratulations. This is your Ford Capri that I'm standing beside right now. So how come you switched off? Did you not think it was you?
Yeah, I saw it was me, but then I made a phone call. I just missed the draw. I still got on.
Oh, well, congratulations.
Yeah, thanks.
So whereabouts are you in the world?
Stafford.
Stafford. All right, okay. Well, this is now your car. Have you got a classic, or is this your first classic?
No, it'll be my first.
Oh, brilliant. Have you liked these for a while?
Yeah, my dad used to have one when I was younger. I wanted one for a while.
This is lovely as well. So we took it out earlier on to get some fuel. So it's got a full tank of fuel in it for you. It's going to be MOT'd hopefully in the next couple of days. But yes, you are now the proud owner of a very cool Ford Capri.
Right.
Oh, well, I'm pleased. I'm pleased for you. So what I'll do is we'll give you a call back tomorrow, next day, something like that, and we'll deliver the car straight to your door. But we'll see you probably in the next week or so.
Right, okay.
Congratulations.
Right.
See you later on.
Right, see you.
Bye. Don't know if that's shock or do you think he's happy?
I think he's just woken up from a nap, I reckon.
I'm surprised he made a phone call. But anyway, so Matthew is now the proud owner of a Ford Capri. I think he's pleased. I hope he's pleased.
Often it takes a little bit of time for it to sink in.
Yeah,
so it's
maybe.
Only like after a few hours, you're like, oh no, I did actually just win a car tonight.
Well, we're happy for you anyway, Matthew, so congratulations.
Maybe it's the third car he's won this week. He's not fast.
The thing is, all joking aside, we'll phone him tomorrow and he'll be elated. He'll realise what's actually happened, which is what everybody does. It's always a little bit of a shock to start with. But yeah, it's a very cool first car as well, first classic, which is really good. So very quickly, we'll see you next Thursday because we'll have the draw of the Morris Minor, we'll have the draw of the Jaguar Mark II, but don't forget we've got the Mondial on the website now for £4.50 until Sunday, then it goes up to £5. It also comes with £1,000 this bike, and if you can get involved in the TVR S2 draw, all of the proceeds are going to the Ukraine and they get sent on a Monday. So we've sent £17,000 over now. Keep going. I mean, we're at £25,000 now, but the more we can get by the 28th of April, the better. But congratulations to Matthew for winning his Ford Capri, and we'll see you next Thursday for the draw of some more cars.